about wall dance. Okay, what you just saw there was a little snip, and this is going to be the liquid motion style of wall dance. If you're not familiar with liquid motion, we are a movement methodology. We focus a lot on tucking, tilting, and pelvic initiation. We do focus on central movement through activation of the senses, and we also teach movement theory in conjunction with the movement that we teach, so that you have a deeper understanding of movement, not just trying to recreate movement. Okay. Now, with that being said, wall dance can be a little bit intimidating. It can be a little bit different depending on what kind of wall dance that you've experienced in the past. Okay. As far as liquid motion is concerned, we like to take wall dance from a two-dimensional type of movement into three-dimensional. So what does that actually mean? It means that when we approach the wall and we have our hands up and we're doing whatever it is, instead of us being plastered to the wall and then just moving left and right with no real engagement to our potential audience, we actually want to think about opening up the body, turning away, and using the wall as an actual apparatus, not just something that we're stuck to. Now, unfortunately, for a video like this, there is way too much content to cover in a small amount of time. Definitely can't get it done in a 1-minute Instagram video, and I'm going to try not to make it a 10-minute video as well. So I'm going to teach you just a couple quick bits of wall dance, but if you'd like to learn more, you could always log on to liquidmotionct.com. Okay, we have tons of virtual certs that are launching this next month, as well as locations across the globe, pandemic permitting, as soon as that all goes away. Okay, so we're going to look at two small things today. Okay, the first thing we're going to look at is the get arrested, and then the second one is going to be a toe drag turn. The name is built right in. Toe, drag it, and then turn. Okay, so with the get arrested, it sounds like we know what you're doing here. Get arrested. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to step away from the pole. Okay, we'll be a few steps away, and as we approach, we're walking up. We're going to put both of our hands really high. We're on releve, boom, tilting of the pelvis, and then pulling straight down. Okay, from here, we're going to reset and we're going to practice it a couple more times. We want to look at a couple different things. Okay, one, we want to be on releve. One, we want our hands really high. Okay, we want to think about the pelvic tilt initiating the movement going down. Okay, it's more than just, right, you've seen something similar. That's not to say that what you've been doing is wrong. We're just asking you for something different. Okay, most people will come up here and boom, like, boom, stick it out, and then ring the dinner bell, basically, right? But what we want is a pelvic initiation pulling us straight down, and then as we start to pull and slide down, we want to stop first, trying to get the hips stacked over the ankles. Okay, I don't know, from this angle it's slightly off center, so it may not look centered. Okay, but if you're using a mirror, you tilt the pelvis, it pulls you straight down. Maybe you'll have to shift your booty back just a little bit. And if you're really tight in the shoulders and you can't get your chest to the wall, that's not the point, and that's okay. But you could also slide your hands down here into this modified get arrested position, right? Everything's stacked, hips are over the ankles, and then here you are. And then if you really wanted to just shift the hips from side to side, like you're ringing the dinner bell, like, baby, right? Then we have something here, okay? So with the get arrested, what we're not trying to do is do one of those contortion moves where we're melting down in between our shoulders and getting our chest on the wall, okay? If you can do that, great, but that's not the point. And eventually, if you push down too far, you actually get stuck. So if you are someone who's super flexible in the shoulders and get tons of range right here in back bend, I might ask you just to ramp back just a little bit, okay? Because we're not trying to bend over here, okay? But do what you want to do. Just take my wounds as hens, okay? So the get arrested is a set up position, and then we transition into a bunch of different moves, okay? So from here, you might have everything set up right? You've tilted, you've stacked, you've been here, boom. Then from here, as we transition into something different, then you can start to walk yourself closer to the wall, depending on what we're doing next, which, like I said, is going to be the toe drag turn, okay? But you can also move the hands. So you're not glued and fixed into this position once you get into it. We can start to adjust our proximity to the wall depending on what needs to happen, okay? So now we're going to look at the toe drag turn, okay? So you're going to be on the balls of your feet. You're facing the wall, okay? You're going to turn in one direction, okay? We need to be on the balls of the feet so that we can pivot on the balls of our feet, okay? If we're not on the balls of our feet, we can't rotate, okay? If you had a flat foot and you tried to twist left and right, your range of motion is dramatically reduced. Now, you could be a cheater and have socks on and twist the flat foot like, come on, do the twist, right? But we ain't doing no Elvis action here, okay? So we need to be up, okay? We're up on releve. We're going to turn in one direction so that the body's totally squared, like we're going to go this way or 180 degrees the other direction. We're going to do a toe drag turn. Just watch for a second, and then I'll break it down for you. Okay, so with the toe drag turn, okay, depending on what direction you're facing, it actually really doesn't matter because if you've done pull before, we know we have inside arms and outside arms. There isn't going to be a left and right in this position because that makes things confusing, okay? But as you twist to one direction, your outside leg should be forward, your inside leg should be back, okay? And if I want to step in this direction, obviously I need to shift my weight forward on my front foot so that I can step forward, just like you're going for a normal walk. One foot right after the other, okay? The rear leg, the inside leg, is going to drag its toes, okay? So this is where it might get complicated because you might have done something different where you sweep the outside leg around and all these different things. Let's keep it simple, okay? So as I shift and I start to step forward, this inside leg is going to drag. Do not put it down. Do not stop and step and twist. You keep the foot off the ground the entire time until we understand what is actually happening here. Okay, so as I step forward on this inside leg, the outside leg, the inside toe is going to drag, turn 180 degrees, step again. Now we are set up back into the exact same position, but on the other side. Once again, I'm going to step forward onto the outside leg, dragging the inside. Turn, step, drag, turn, step, drag, turn, step, drag, and turn, okay? Maybe that's working for you, okay? So I want you to try it and let me know how it's going. But typically, here's what's happening, okay? Is if we're not getting it, yeah? Is what'll happen is you'll step and you're doing what I'm saying, and you come here, and then you put your foot down like I told you not to, and then you turn around and you're like, oh shit, which foot am I supposed to step on next, right? So, outside leg is always forward. That's the outside leg you're always gonna step on. Boom, come, turn, out, drag, turn. Toe, drag, turn. Toe, drag, turn, okay? So, if you're having a hard time with this, like I said, don't put the foot down on the inside. You might need to pull it a little bit higher. So you might need to step and keep it really high, turn, and then step again, right? We gotta go big to make it smaller, okay? It looks weird, but you really wanna drag your toe and make it look nice, but you can't do it, so you need to take that inside foot off the ground until you understand what's happening, and then you can start to make it a little bit smaller, dragging the toe, turning 180 degrees back and forth, okay? That's the gist of this move, okay? Now, if we wanna start making this a little bit nicer, okay? One, if you haven't noticed already, every time that I turn, I'm actually taking my outside arm off of the wall. So I am not glued to the wall with two hands doing this type of step, yes? As I step, I open, and then I can transition, switch my other hand. So I go, ah. Oh, you're still here? I'm back. Do you have money for me yet? What about next? Give me that fucking money. Boom, okay? And then you can start to sauce this up. That's going good. Your final little move that we're going to focus on, and with liquid motion, we tend to have a lot of, we have about 10 different concepts, yes, that we want to focus on in our movement. But understanding the movement first is what's most important, okay? And then we can come back and actually start to apply the different techniques, okay? So if this is working good, and the inside toe can be dragged, okay, we can start to make like a little figure 8, a little ribbon effect on the outside. Okay, as I step, I go around, I do this little ribbon right here, and then I can step into the next one. Step past, little ribbon, step, little figure 8 almost, boom, yeah, and then turn away and let go of the wall, yeah. See if you can stop looking at your feet because we know they're going to be there as you transition from side to side, back, and forth, okay? So that's just a quick little breakdown of 2 small things in wall dance. There's about 8 different things that actually go into a full wall dance sequence for liquid motion, okay? It's not to say that the moves that we teach are the only moves that you can use to wall dance. Not saying that if you've seen other moves in wall dance that those are wrong. All we're saying is that we try to teach movement with theory, and when you understand the theory of liquid motion, when you look at other movement, you have a better ability to break it down, deconstruct it, and become more successful at your movement. Okay. Anyways, I'm Acro Brandon. I don't know which platform you're watching this on, but my link is in the bio. Like I said, liquidmotionct.com. This might be for a challenge for empowered aerial fitness in my particular area. You might be watching this on a pay site, but if you'd like to find me, link is in the bio, and you can find my workshops, upcoming classes, virtual and in person at that point in time. Thanks.